Hi everyone, welcome back to Hope and Coffee, where we talk about random things that I run across on the internet, as well as things that I find to be interesting for the day. And yes, I do still have coffee. I need to go fill it up again because it's getting cold. It's getting about down here. But the show must go on, and we must continue forward. And I wanted to talk a little bit about ads, advertisings, influencers, and all the things that we constantly seem to run across, especially on social media right now. I am a very small YouTube channel. I'm not sure if y'all see any commercials from me. I know I don't do any ads or advertising right now because I don't have to. If I'm going to sponsor anything, I'm going to sponsor the podcast that I'm a part of called Books Are Magical. So plug there for Books Are Magical. Please go and check out Books Are Magical on any podcasting platform that you may utilize. I am one of three podcast co-hosts, and we try to post weekly. Now, we've had a couple weeks this month, March, that we haven't had any content just simply because one of our co-hosts is currently kind of on what we call maternity leave. She is working with getting her new little one transitioned into her home, and had the other podcast co-host go on an amazing trip around the world. Well, I say around the world. She went to the other side of the world, to Japan, with her husband, where they had what seems to be an amazing time. I, on the other hand, didn't go anywhere. I did take a couple days. I had intended to go somewhere. That kind of fell through. So I actually just did a ton of cleaning around my apartment, organizing. I organized my storage unit, organized my closet, a whole bunch of my makeup and stuff, skincare, and felt really good about it too, because not only did I have a ton of just trash to throw out, I felt really good about the stuff that I kept and felt like it was pretty good quality. I finished a couple of tasks that I had been sitting on, such as making some outdoor pillows for my patio furniture since spring is on the horizon. And then I also started working on my paint by number again, so kind of started getting more colors on here, as well as reading a bunch, working on a crochet blanket for my friend Shelby, who is coming back to the United States later this year. So I have been working on this blanket for years. I had kind of lost a lot of motivation to do it, but going back to the topic at hand for this particular episode is about the ads and the advertisements, the influencers, the kind of spamming that we're constantly hit with, and it seems to be more and more daily. So previously, when I was on Instagram, just scrolling on my personal profile, I would maybe occasionally run across a sponsored post. It wouldn't be too often, but you could usually kind of tell, especially at the top, it'll say sponsored. Totally fine. Just scroll right through. Now it feels like it's every 2 or 3 posts is a sponsored post, and I don't get to see as much content of what I'm looking for that I would really like to see. So that's a little disappointing, because I may go look for something on Amazon on my phone saying, oh yeah, hey, I need to go get, I don't know, pet vitamins or something like that. All of a sudden, now I've got pet insurance advertisements popping up every other slide on my Instagram. But the same thing is also starting to, has been and continues to happen with YouTube. So as long as I don't pay for YouTube Red, which I used to have the YouTube Red and not have to have all the commercials in between, except for the posts that content creators would do inside of their videos, I wouldn't really have to see YouTube's commercials. But I didn't really want that expense any longer, which I'm kind of on the fence about getting it back again, because then I don't have to have it on my music either for YouTube Music. No, I don't use Spotify. I thought about using Spotify, and then an ex-boyfriend had Spotify. Actually, 2 ex-boyfriends had Spotify, and so I kind of deleted it because it made me think of them. So I just use YouTube music. I find the music that I want to listen to. I can listen to a whole album, whereas on Spotify, I couldn't do that unless I had a premium account. If I wanted to listen to a specific song, I would type it in on Spotify, and then it'd be like, oh, you want to listen to something around this song, not this specific song. Whereas YouTube will be like, okay, here's this specific song, as well as things related to it. Or here's this album. Yes, you may get a commercial in between each song, but it's going to be the whole album. So that's why I kind of like it better. That's my personal preference. And now I'm also seeing a lot more people posting about like brands that they're, I guess, being paid by, which is fine. I mean, it is totally fine if you are, paid by brands. But just be honest. Like one of my favorite YouTubers, actually two, Robert and James Welsh, they are very honest when it comes to, or at least I hope they're honest. I feel confident in their content, and like if they say it works well for them, then I'm hopeful that it works well for them. And if for some reason in the future they find that it like messed up their skin or kind of acted up, then they try to come back and kind of let us know, hey, I used it for a while and then it actually didn't work as well as I thought it was going to work, sort of thing. But they will, even if they're sponsored, give an honest review about one James gives skincare, Robert does makeup, and I really like that, so that's why I kind of follow them both. And then they're both hilarious as well, so please go out there because I trust them to hopefully find products that I may like. But I can't do that with a lot of other influencers and people of that nature, because I just find that when they get paid, they want to tout it up real big. I review books. One of my other channels. So I have this channel, my Hope is an Anchor, regular Hope is an Anchor, Hope and Coffee channel, which is kind of my conversational content. Whereas my other channel is Coffee, Books, and Rain, and over there I talk about books. And usually they are books that either I have read independently on my own that I chose to pick up off a bookshelf, or I have asked, like via NetGalley, if the publisher will provide me advanced reader copy in exchange for an honest review. If I do an episode on my Coffee, Books, and Rain video, then I usually will have given that book a 4-star or higher. I do not like to provide lower comments than that via video. I am not going to sit here and bash a book. If I don't like it, if I didn't finish it, you will never know. I will not tell you guys about it. It will probably go on my Goodreads list, and then I will just move on. I don't need to talk about a book that didn't hit me right. I may not be the target audience for that book. Perhaps that author maybe needs to rework it a little bit. Who knows? But the thing is I'm not going to sit here just because I got an advanced reader copy and try to tell you something is brilliant when I don't think it is. So sometimes I'll have a lot of good content over there, because maybe sometimes I'll read a lot of good books. Sometimes I won't have as much content over there because maybe I will hit a lull in the books that I'm reading, and I'll have to switch back over to some of the books that are on my to be read list that are on my shelves that I haven't picked up in a while. Do have quite a few coming out here later in the next couple weeks for finishing up March and going into April. My podcast, Books Are Magical, that I have with Annalicia and Hannah. We have, I think, 3 author interviews coming up in April. So there's one here on Wednesday, so tomorrow, and then 3 in April. So very excited to get those done, but those are going to be on the podcast. And I'm trying to convince my girls that we need a YouTube channel just for the podcast, so people can start listening to that as well on their YouTube. They can just have it as background if that's how they want to listen to it. I've seen some people do it. I don't know if that's an option, if you guys might partake of that, but it won't be to sell you anything. It won't be to sell you on something that we are not honestly enjoying. Even when it comes to author interviews, we try to only accept books and authors that we feel comfortable talking honestly too. We don't try to like overly hype up something that maybe we don't want, like, we don't fully support. And so when I come on here, I don't have anything to try to sell you guys on. I don't have anything that I'm like making money on. I'm really not. This is not my day job. This is not where I make money. I make that in my 7 to 3 o'clock job that pays the bills. This is just for fun for me. But I know I am not an influencer. I know y'all don't see me every 5 seconds promoting a perfume or skincare or what have you. And I'm probably not going to do that. That is just not my preference. Now, if I'm ever approached by any sponsors, like in the future, then we shall see, but we shall also be very discerning, to use proper words, about who we're probably going to partner with, or who I will probably partner with, because I don't think I can support something or someone that I don't feel good about. So those are just my 2 cents and 2 thoughts. I don't need to make a quick buck. I make pretty good money in my day-to-day life. This is for fun. This is an outlet for me to just have a conversation with you guys. And so I'd love if you have a conversation with me back. So please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think, how your life is going, how your spring is starting out. I know we are almost into April, so that is right around the corner. Do you partake of what's called April Fool's Day, or aka Tomfoolery Day, according to Google, when I was looking up what the month of April was kind of the like national recognition month for. And apparently Tomfoolery Day is actually April 1st. So I really love that. I will talk to you guys soon. I will see you on the next page, and I hope you all have a great one.